Welcome back. A lot of kids are getting ready to go back to school. A lot of families are excited for those moments too, and they want to take some first day of school photos. You know those boards that they hold up? But before you do that, a lot of agencies and from law enforcement really want to remind you about the dangers that can potentially come with that, even though it's really fun. So joining us now to talk more about that is Lieutenant Pat Agerman with Michigan State Police. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
So it's a really special moment, the first day of school, watching the kids grow up. You want to share a lot, but talk about just first of all what the dangers may be in some of the information.
Well, it's understandable that parents want to share these days and and celebrate this with their kids going back to school, but we have to be careful of the unintentional information that is being shared with the public and public information.
What kind of danger or what can criminals do with the simple information of who's your teacher, what school your kids go to? How can that become dangerous?
Well, you know, people with bad intentions, it's not about one piece of information. It can be about the public information that is put together that can really give a detailed description of the whereabouts of the child. It can give the full name of the individual, you know, extracurricular activities, teachers, schools that they attend. So be very careful about adding additional information to your post.
Yeah, so obviously moments are precious. We still want to encourage people to take pictures, but maybe just limit what you share. So what is safe to include if they still want to use these type of boards and do the whole hold up the sign type of thing?
Well, what I would say, we want parents to celebrate their children's moments and going back to school and these special occasions, but ask themselves, stop and pause and say, what information am I sharing that is being relayed to the public or people that I do not know? And what information should I not be sharing? Look at it that way. So I would say share something like, you know, enjoy the new school year. Enjoy, you know, good luck in the season with your soccer program, but don't be specific about what school that they're attending. Don't be specific about their full names. If you want to give a nickname or a first name, you know, that's a parent's, that would be a parent's concern. If they want to, they can go ahead and do that. If not, you know, don't do so. But be intentional about what information that you are sharing.
For sure. Anything else you can think of? It is big moments for a lot of families out there, but unfortunately in this day and age, sometimes you do have to think about the risk that comes with it.
I think that you really got to be intentional about what information you're sharing. Pause before you post, and then share with care. You know, be intentional about the information that you are sharing, and also the photographs that you are taking. It's not just what is on the content and what you're writing. Look in the background too. What information are you sharing? You know, license plates, addresses, school, that information. We want the child to be safe both at home and in school.
Yeah, good things to think about before posting, the think and post. Thank you so much for being here with us this afternoon here at News 8.